How do we do it? In over 10 years of producing videos, I've never come across a way to save readers or viewers of an article or video of mine hundreds of dollars per month. Not just potentially, but in reality. Within a month or two of changing your electricity providers, you can save a large amount of money. Right here in Connecticut is what I'm focused on, but a majority of the population of the United States has electricity choice. You can choose your electric provider. And here in Connecticut, January 1st, 2023, our electric rate went up. It doubled from 12 to 24 cents roughly. That was kind of brutal. There's only a portion of your bill. About half the bill is your electric rate. So let's say your bill, instead of going up 2x, goes up about 1.5 to 1.7x. Depends on how big your bill is. I first signed up for an electric provider going shopping for electricity. I just moved my house to heat pumps when moving in last October of 2022, and I'm like, a couple months later I caught the news, the electric rate's doubling, I should go shopping quick just in case there's a problem and maybe I can head off a huge electric bill in January. I moved to 16 point something cents back in early December. Now, here in February 2023, I was able to move to 10 point something cents. I think it's 10.67. So stay tuned for the rest of the video where I show you exactly how I do that. Your state may differ on what you actually click on, but the process is basically the same. Log in, get your electric bill, copy and paste a bunch of information off the electric bill as you sign up at some web portal, and then wait a month or two, or maybe up to 3, I guess it depends on when you do it in your billing cycle, to see the new electric rate reflected on your next bill. You also have to set a calendar reminder so you don't forget to go shopping for electricity again whenever your contract expires. So back in December, I chose a plan of 16 point something cents that was going to last me 3 years. Sounded cool. But then here in February of the next year, just a few months later, I'm realizing, 8 months is measly, but 10.67 cents is very appealing. So I went to 8 months at 10.67 cents and set a calendar entry to go shopping for electricity again. I think Connecticut's going to renegotiate its rate, and I don't think it'll be 24 anymore. And I think that happens July 1st of 2023. So at that point, I want to log in and check. There's no early termination fee, and there's no monthly cost to enrolling in a different electric provider at this time in Connecticut. Recently, Out of Spec Dave published a video, and it's similar to my video. Now, he also lives in Eversource territory. I took a little different approach than what Out of Spec Dave did, where he used a different service locator than I did. I did what I think a typical customer would do and just literally just type in shop electricity in Connecticut. Those 3 words are probably a decent start. And you'll see what happens here, that we get Energize CT is the first non-ad. So the first 4 hits are ads. The first non-ad is right there. And then there's a government portal, which is the second hit. That just gives you an overview, but you'll notice it actually also points to Energize CT. Okay, so they both point to the same place, giving an extra legitimacy to that URL, energizect.com. All right, so we're there. How do we do it? All right, so I really should have just gone here in the first place. Supplier rate finder, simple, from energizect.com homepage. Residential for Eversource, and it's that simple. You don't have to do the fancy stuff on the left. You don't have to know your current electric bill. But if you do know how many kilowatts you burned last month, that can be helpful. So now you'll see me logging into my Eversource account. Okay, I'm logged into Eversource. I'm going to click on View Bill. It's going to bring up my most recent bill. Quite high. What I'm looking for is how much electricity did I burn last month. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to look for the little table on page 2, and it shows me current usage. That's what I am looking for. And in my case, it's 2999. Here I'm just double checking my supplier, 16.59, 36 cycles, so for 3 years. Constellation New Energy. So that's the one I had since I enrolled in early December, all of 2 months ago, and now I'm about to change again. No early termination, no problem. It also tells me that Eversource's current rate is 24.172 cents per kilowatt hour, which expires June 30th, at which time it's going to change. Presumably lower, but natural gas prices and world situation that's happening right now has driven the price of natural gas up, which is why I'm here in the first place, shopping for a lower way to get my electricity. All right, so Town Square Energy is the first non-Eversource source that comes up, and look at that difference in price. I've never seen this. I've shopped for electricity, I think, for 6-7 years, in my 2 different houses I've lived at, and never did I see savings like this. It's huge, but I think I can remember that. $400 less per month. I mean, wow, right? So again, your results will vary. Depends where you live and all that, and how big your bill is, and what your house is like, and how old your house is, and how well it's insulated. But you'll get the idea here, a ballpark. All right, now what's the difference between these two? Well, pennies, 10.67 versus 10.69. Also, I looked into renewable energy credits, RECs, and if you turn those filters on, you don't get choices in Connecticut. If you try on 100%, your rate is quite a bit higher, 13 rather than 10.67. So that's an awful lot of money to try to go all renewable. That might be the right thing you want to do. I would like to go that way, but actually I'm trying to go solar soon, where none of this, or most of this, won't matter nearly as much. Okay, back to town square, 8 billing cycles, but Arizona. All right, so finally, are you going to see me click on enroll? Come on. Here we go. And there it is, 10.67, exactly what it told me. Notice you have 18, 22, and 33 months. I chose the 8 months on the right. So, continue. To start putting in stuff. I put in the same phone number that the utility company knows me by. Hopefully they're not selling my phone number to anybody. Always a concern. Not a fan of giving away style. If you have Google Voice or some alternative, sure, but I didn't want any chance of tripping up my paperwork, so I went with the same phone number that my utility knows me as. Okay, Eversource account number. This you want to cut and paste. You don't want trailing spaces. You don't want dashes or spaces in the middle. Eversource service reference number. It's a 9-digit number above the meter number. And I found service reference. I see it. Serve ref, it actually says. Get that in my clipboard. Customer name key. 2 or 4 letters found on your bill. This wasn't hard to find. It's right up near the top. Customer name key. Get notified by email. I want a confirmation that I've enrolled. And here's the frustrating part. It seems like I'm giving permission for them to text me. Not a fan. Hopefully they're not selling it to third parties. Contact may include use of automatic dialers, but it's not saying third party. Also have to agree to the terms for eligibility, that I'm not lying about who I am, and so forth. And then finally, I allow Town Square Energy to let my utility company know within the next business day about my selection of Town Square Energy as my supplier. Could not find any promo codes, so I just continued. And that is it. You know what I'm going to say next. Please consider subscribing. Even better, thumbs up as well. That really surfaces the video for many other viewers like you. And of course, comments. Now I'm also experimenting with something called channel membership. Consider having a look at that as well for some of the perks. I have a whole lot more articles and videos coming up about my home and my process of getting to heat pumps for everything, including hot water and heating and cooling in my house. So stay tuned for all that. And check out the video description for a link. There's also a link to my article that'll be associated with this video. And this is just me showing that, yes, I did get an email confirming I am enrolled. It came in immediately, so that gave me that warm and fuzzy that I'm good to go. 1 month later, I received a confirmation letter in the mail. But when I get to April 1st, I should see the nice, considerably lower electric bill. I hope you will at least leave a comment after you attempt to sign up or successfully sign up. I'd love to hear how it went. Thank you again for your time. Bye for now.